Hey guys, so my name is Hannah and this is Sarah, and
Hi.
we are starting an athletic training YouTube channel, and I'm doing this for my Sports Med 3 class, and Sarah is my amazing teacher, so we're going to be researching things and just giving y'all information about athletic training, sports in general, nutrition, working out, just everything that athletic trainers have to know about. So our first video, for this video, we went around and we asked people what they want to know about athletic training and everything that has to do with athletic training. And we actually got a really good response.
We did, yeah. I was really, really excited to see how many we got.
So we have about 36 questions, and these are some loaded questions. Let me tell you some of them.
Yes.
So we might not get to all of them, but we're excited to
we are.
do this. So let's get started.
All right, so our first question we're going to draw. We've got question number 32.
Question number 32. What role does nutrition play in rehabilitation of sports injuries?
So that's a really good one.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. So, well, first, I mean, we got to make sure we're eating enough in the first place, that we have the nutrients we need, the calories we need, plus not even getting into the macros and the hydration. But, I mean, we got to be eating enough in the first place to give our body fuel to heal.
Mm-hmm. Because our body has to, have things to draw from, or else it can't get better.
That's right.
So that's important. Also, certain foods cause more inflammation. So
It's important to know.
There are, what are some that cause inflammation?
In general, we tend to think that dairy is something that causes inflammation. It doesn't in everybody, but dairy can be inflammatory, sugar can be inflammatory, red meat, so it just depends on the person, but we know that in general, protein is really, really important. We know that our vegetables and our fruits that are full of micronutrients are super important, getting those vitamins and minerals, water, and then fruits that are going to be, even some of our dairies, but milk and cheese, especially like peanut butter, chocolate milk, those things like that. They play a big role in refueling our body, but also repairing and healing.
Yeah, definitely. So if you eat clean, it could help you get better faster.
Sure could.
I mean, it's not necessary, but it will help reduce that inflammation and just keep you fueled right. Next question.
So our next one will be 16.
16. Okay. What is the most common injury you see as an athletic trainer? Well, I haven't been an athletic trainer for very long, but my guess is ankle sprains. We see a lot of those. But bruises we see a lot, but that's not really an injury.
Right.
It's just a inconvenience.
Yeah. I think the thing that we see probably the most of, though, is really going to be an ankle sprain and lots of patellar tendonitis. We have so many kids that are multi-sport athletes who are constantly on the go between their school sport, their club sport, being multi-sport at school, and they just never get the rest. So we're starting to see tendonitis be a much bigger deal than it used to be.
Lots of overuse
issues.
Take time to rest your body.
That's right.
That's important.
Very
you
important.
Can avoid injury that way. Next question.
24.
Let's see. What is your favorite memory from being an AT?
Aww.
This is going to be interesting for you because you have been so many different places, met so many different people.
Right.
You've done some really cool stuff. So,
the first big memory that stands out for me was my sophomore year in college. I was a student assigned to the track program at ACU, and we hosted the national championship meet. And so that's one of my absolute all-time favorites. Our girls did really good. Our boys ended up winning the national championship. And it came down to the 4x4 relay, end of the night, very last event of it, and we had to finish at least fourth to win. And we come down to the anchor leg, and we're in fifth. And it was like, oh my gosh. And we came from behind. Our anchor leg is Delt Cockrell, who's a coach at Caprock High School right now, but he's from Panhandle, Texas, so from near here. And Delt ran an incredible anchor leg and actually won the 4x4 relay for us. So being at the finish line with our team, that's one of my favorite things. That's one of my favorite memories that I've ever had. I've been to state 3 times with 3 different teams. My girls basketball team and my softball team at Liberty Hill about to play at the University of Texas, and then our volleyball team this year. And there's moments that you
go
get
ahead.
created. That's right. There's moments that are created, I think, in each of those situations, and different groups of kids that you become really, really close to and just overjoyed for. So the success makes it even more fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
She also knows this really cool dude from Kenya.
From Kenya. Eldoret, Kenya. His name's Nicodemus Naimadu, 4-time cross-country national champion. So, Nick, if you get to watch this, you're a stud, man. Love you.
He's legit.
He
Okay.
is.
So mine.
Yes.
I haven't been an athletic trainer for very long, but
Right.
one of my favorite memories was the first football game I ever did, because it's just a totally different experience from like watching a game in the stands to doing it actually, like being down on the field and seeing the dynamic of the team and like the athletic trainers and everything that goes into that. And I loved it. I thought it was so fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, next
Okay.
one.
Question number 1.
Question 1. Okay.
Question 1.
What was the first one? How do I lose fat in a healthy way?
You know, that's always a good
I
one.
feel like this is the question of the century.
I think it is. We get that a lot.
There's so many different like diet fads
Mhm.
out there, and like so many things that aren't necessarily good for your body. It might help you lose weight quickly, but it's not necessarily good for your body
No,
in
it's
the
not.
long run at all. So you need to be careful like what you choose there. Honestly, the best way I would say is just have a balanced diet.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to cut out carbs.
Nope.
You don't have to like just eat everything in moderation. So like instead of having 2 hamburgers, just have one.
Exactly.
You know, like just eating things, not overloading your body, having a balanced diet. Make sure you're getting your protein.
Right.
Make sure you're getting your vegetables, your fruits,
Mm-hmm.
some carbs, because
Healthy carbs.
Yeah, healthy carbs, because
carbs
like
in general.
pasta,
Yeah.
because your body needs that. But
Can't
if you're
perform.
no,
No,
But
your
if
body will
you're-
shut down.
if you're really trying to like lose weight, I would just tell you to watch your calorie intake, because that's ultimately how you lose
right.
weight. And like, don't like be careful about your sweets, like, and cut down on Coke.
Yeah, cutting out
That's
the
the
Coke. That's
easiest
what I was
way.
going to say. I think that's the easiest way
Yeah.
because, I mean, we don't realize that when you drink a 32-ounce Coke or Dr. Pepper, how many calories are packed in that, how much sugar's packed in that. And our body takes it and stores it when we don't need it. You know, I mean, I agree with you. Calorie restriction, moderate calorie restriction. You don't even have to go, you know, extreme restriction. And then just a little bit of exercise to start off. And as you get going with cutting out a little bit of calories and doing more physical exercise, that's probably the best way in general to start losing fat. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see some results quickly. You'll be surprised how much better you feel and how much you lose just from cutting out the Cokes.
Absolutely.
Just cutting out the
Just
little
cutting out
sugary
the Cokes.
things that you don't really need, that are just kind of supplements. Just cutting out that little bit can make a huge difference.
You bet.
So, what's next?
We have number 6.
In what ways can athletic trainers reduce
Ooh.
mental health issues for young athletes? Okay, this is a 2-part question.
Yes,
So we'll answer the
okay.
first part first. So that's the first part.
Right.
I mean, Sarah's my therapist, so
Right.
Sarah, for one, I don't know if all athletic trainers are like this, but Sarah does a great job of just listening to her athletes, because sometimes you have a rough practice. Your coach will frustrate you. Your teammates can be crazy. And Sarah just does a really good job of listening to us and let us speak our mind. And I know that that's been really good for my mental health,
Right.
personally.
And I think for a lot of us, that's the big thing, is just having somebody to talk to listen to. And for me, I try to be like that for all of our kids. Give them a safe place to come and listen to anything they have to say. You know, we have kids that have great situations and have a great day at practice, but may still be frustrated about class. You know, mental health has so many different forms and so many different things that we need to look at, but being a sounding board, being open and listening, being non-judgmental, you know, giving people just an opportunity to talk through some things, and then knowing also when to refer when they need a little bit more help.
And that actually leads into the next question. What forms of therapy helps reduce or cure mental health issues, like when they do need that extra help?
You know, so we have trained mental therapists, mental health specialists all over the country that are really, really good at doing those things. And so sometimes it's talk therapy, sometimes it's medication. But there's no reason for anybody to suffer alone and not tell somebody. Like, this is something really, really big that we want everybody to know. If you need help, talk to someone. And we can try to make sure we find the right person to get you help.
Yeah.
And don't keep things inside. That's the other biggest thing is we see so many athletes, they don't want to share what's going on because they don't want to be seen as weak or anything like that. But you share what's bothering you, and we can help you work through it.
Because, I mean, as athletes, we have that stigma that we have to be tough.
That's right.
You know, we have to be tough and everything. But really, that's not, like, everyone struggles, you know. Sometimes you get low self-confidence. Like, that's a huge thing, I feel like, for a lot of athletes, is just sometimes you're in a rut and you have low self-confidence, and that affects the whole way that you can play and practice. And so...
And coming back after an injury, too. I mean,
yes, coming back
after
an injury.
You know, we have to
work
even
during the injury.
Oh,
you know, that's such a hard thing.
It's a hard thing. It's a hard time, and it's really easy to get yourself down in a place where you feel like you're the only one there. So we have to help them remember you're not alone. You have a lot of people on your side, and we're going to help you.
So, yeah. I think that answers that question.
I think it does. That was a great question.
That was.
All right. Question 22.
Let's see here. What does a good workout schedule look like for weight loss?
Okay. Well, what I've always heard is that it's recommended a minimum of 30 minutes, a minimum of 3 days a week. Preferably 4 to 5, but not everybody can get that in. If you're an athlete working out, though, in your season, you're definitely going to get plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
But for the general person, 30 minutes, minimum 3 days a week. Even just walking.
Yeah, just get out there and move. You know, even if you're not you don't even have to lift.
No.
Like, lifting, you can lose weight without getting stronger.
Absolutely.
You know, it really just depends on your fitness goals, what your goals are. Just start walking and maybe then start jogging, you know, and if you want something more after that, then...
Riding a bike is an awesome
and that strengthens
tool.
While you're losing weight.
Absolutely.
And cardio. It's great.
It's a really great way to approach it.
Just start somewhere. And just 30 minutes,
just start.
3 days a week is a great way to start. And then as you get more comfortable, you get more in shape, then you'll find yourself really enjoying working out because it releases endorphins in your body and it'll become easier.
Definitely.
For sure.
Okay. We have 24. Did we already do 24? No, we did.
Yeah, we did.
33.
Why does taping make your body parts feel better?
Okay. Well, part of it is, so you have nerve receptors in your skin and nerve receptors in your muscles. And some of them are just basically touch pressure receptors. So the taping not only helps stabilize the injured body part, but it stimulates those receptors saying there's something here, and it triggers your brain to say, okay, there's something there, like I'm okay, I feel better. Sometimes it's even great pain relief just for little things, you know, just compression and warmth. But yeah, a lot of times that's how it helps.
This is why hugs make us feel better.
That's why hugs are great.
Compression and warmth.
That's right. Touch stimulators.
Taping's a great thing.
Taping is.
It helps. I actually didn't know that about the nerve receptors, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you've got pressure receptors, mechanoreceptors, that everything. So all these different nerve endings. That's why, that's one reason why we tape.
And it seems like it can apply to all aspects of life. Never really made that connection.
Yeah. Okay, 17.
I don't think we've done that one.
I don't think we have.
Okay. Awesome. How do you lose weight the right way and smartly? I'm thinking this might have come from a wrestler.
It might have. Yeah, we're in the middle of cutting season, so
this kind of comes back to the how do you lose fat in a healthy way.
It's
the same thing. You don't have to starve yourself.
Right. Please don't starve
yourself. If this is a wrestler, you do not have to starve yourself. First of all, start ahead. If you know you want to be in a certain weight class, start weeks before, maybe even a month. Start cutting out the Cokes. They'll be a little more strict on the sweets even than just how to lose fat. Like, no sweets, no Cokes, but eat a balanced, healthy diet. And you can have a snack every now and then.
Absolutely.
You do not have to starve yourself. Small portion sizes, and you'll see that you will begin to lose that weight in a more healthy way. And you'll enjoy the way your body feels lots better. And you'll enjoy the way it looks as well because you're not just getting real scrawny.
Yeah, we're not showing that.
You're still strong. You're just losing that little bit of body fat. And then as it gets closer to competition, that's when you start to lose that water weight.
That's right. Yeah, and an important thing to remember is while we're trying to lose weight over time, it's important to continue hydrating the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of our wrestlers in the past have done this the hard way and have dehydrated themselves and feel horrible during competition. But we've had some kids that have learned, and we really work on this. Of we try to hydrate well ahead of time so that this doesn't become a big issue.
Hydrate well, and then the day before competition, no water until you weigh in, and then you can drink whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, we have several kids we had 2 wrestlers come in this morning that had toast with avocado. Mallory had a granola bar. Mm-hmm. They're drinking water all the time. And then I know most of ours, right after they weigh in, they get Pedialyte. They get water back in them.
Pedialyte is a lifesaver.
Peanut butter sandwiches. So, I mean, they're really working to refuel their body, too, after we hit that weigh-in point.
So, there are ways to do it.
Definitely.
So, for sure.
All right. We've already done question 1. 36.
Okay, last question on the list. Why do ATs wear khakis and polos?
Okay, Jake Pfaff, here's your question. It's a really good question. We don't wear khakis. We do black pants.
I mean, we wear black pants. It's a little bit more comfortable.
Right. Khakis just are awkward, I think. But I think it had to do with initially needing a uniform that was similar to what the coaches were wearing. But something to distinguish them, but was also still functional
and
as
professional looking.
Yeah,
we are professionals.
We are professionals.
We're good at our job.
That's right. I mean, I wear polos for work, but khakis are not my favorite. But I think we continue doing that because we still need a functional, professional outfit that we are able to do our job in, and that's just kind of what it's always been, I guess.
And now it's like, oh, that's an AT. They're wearing khakis and a polo.
Yep, khakis and a polo. There's your AT.
It becomes the thing. So.
Right? Golf pants. Golf pants are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I can move. They're not hot. They don't look bad. Yeah.
Definitely. All right, what's next?
Okay. So we have question number 2.
What is the most common mental illness in athletes?
I think what I see the most is anxiety. As kids are getting older, we're having more and more pressure in school from an early age. We're having more and more pressure from parents, from coaches, from club teams, and we're seeing kids as young as 8 years old developing anxiety issues. So I would say, from what I've seen, anxiety is probably the biggest thing. I mean, what have you noticed with your teammates?
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Anxiety just from the pressure of everything. Mm-hmm. Man, and some people don't consider anxiety like a mental illness. They're like, they're just anxious.
Right.
That's such a bad misconception.
It is.
Anxiety, it can mess with your body even.
Mm-hmm. It can. It has some really, really crippling physical effects.
It really does. Like, you can shake very badly at times. Like, it affects everyone differently, but.
Oh yeah, it affects your sleep, it affects your eating patterns, it affects just in general how you feel. Headache, stomach ache. I mean, a lot of times that's nausea.
Mm-hmm.
That's anxiety in a young kid.
Yeah. So maybe we should work on raising awareness of anxiety in young athletes. And
for sure.
Maybe taking some of that pressure away and just being like, just perform, just enjoy what you're doing. And the rest will come.
Because if you're not enjoying it, what's the point of doing it? Especially as a kid.
Yes. And you'll find that if you're in a healthier state of mind, you'll be able to perform better anyways.
Absolutely.
I feel like.
Yeah.
But if you're struggling with that, seriously, talk to Sarah.
Yeah.
She's literally the best.
Yeah.
And, she understands. I mean, I'm sure there's a point in time when almost everyone has experienced some sort of anxiety.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're not alone, and there is no judgment. It's not...
No.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
No. We all deal with it. It's just how do we work through it and make sure that we're coping in healthy ways.
For sure. And as athletes, we can support each other.
I think that's the most important thing.
Support each other.
Yeah. All right. Question 14.
Is it necessary to eat clean if you work out every day?
Oh, okay. From what a nutritionist would say. If we go with an official nutritionist standpoint, I think they would probably say you want to eat clean most of the time. But what we all understand is that that's so difficult to eat clean all the time. And especially, if you're traveling, or you're just in a hurry and didn't prep food and didn't have time. I mean, Sonic's right down the road. So is Taco Bell and McDonald's. You don't have to eat clean all the time. No. You can have that cheeseburger or the fries or the Coke, but it's important to do it in moderation and choose to make better choices.
Mm-hmm. And, I think this question also is like if I work out, like why do I need to eat healthy? I'll just burn it all off anyways. And you know, it's true. You probably will like do okay with doing that.
Yeah, you'll do okay.
But there is benefit in it because your body, it just uses that fuel differently.
Absolutely.
When you're eating clean, your body utilizes the food you're putting into it to the utmost extent. You'll find that you feel more energized in your workouts if you already work out regularly.
Absolutely.
Your body will start looking more toned because it's just using everything more efficiently.
Absolutely.
The way that it was designed to do. So,
I mean, I can choose to eat a meal that's, you know, like if I choose to eat a meal that's 1,000 calories, say I eat a burger and fries and it's 1,000 calories. Well, now I'm taking in high fat, high sodium, high carbohydrate. That's harder to break down. But I could also eat 1,000 calorie meal harder, but harder to get it all in. But chicken or lean beef or something like that, and vegetables, and I'm going to feel fuller.
Potatoes are not bad.
No, potatoes are not bad.
Contrary to some people's beliefs, potatoes are not bad.
They're not. So, you know, I can choose to take in 1,000 calories in different ways, but when I take in the higher quality foods that are 1,000 calories, my body can use it more efficiently.
For sure.
And like you said, you're going to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely feel
better.
So,
no, you don't have to eat clean when you work out.
Right.
But it is beneficial to you.
Absolutely.
So.
All right, well, I think we got time for one more question for today.
All right, well, let's see
so
what
let's pick our last question. Question 29.
What's the worst injury that ATs can deal with?
Oh, so what do you think?
I mean, obviously the emergent ones. I mean, neck injuries are just so scary.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, a knee dislocation can almost be worse just because of that artery.
Yeah.
So what happens is whenever your knee dislocates, and I'm not talking like your kneecap, because some people will be like, oh, I dislocated my knee.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Like, people who actually know what that means are like, you dislocated your knee? That's insane.
Right.
But actually, like, they just dislocated that kneecap that sits on your knee. Like this. But whenever you actually dislocate your knee, it either goes posteriorly or anteriorly, and you would rather it go anterior. Right. Right?
You're right.
Because if your knee dislocates and it goes posteriorly, there's an artery that runs behind there. And if that gets severed, you can bleed out in a hurry.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it becomes life-threatening.
It becomes very life-threatening, and it's an emergency. People need to be on their ASAP. Like, it is.
It's big, and we got to take care of it fast.
For sure.
You know, for me, one of the things we work on when we're doing our emergency action plan every year, and one of the things I do when I'm talking to my coaches to prep for the season, and we go through our EAPs, is we go through what would we do for head or neck, cervical spine injury, how are we going to stabilize, what are we going to do, but we also go through our cardiac arrest awareness. And so for me, the two things that I think I dread the most are, having a kid have a cardiac arrest situation, which we're all trained in CPR and AED use, and we know how to quickly activate the system and get everything going, but also having a kid with a severe head or neck injury. So when I was in high school, one of my friends broke his neck, and he's still paralyzed till today. He's alive, and he has a great life, and he's super thankful for what he has, but he broke his neck and was not able to breathe on his own. So for me, I think those are the things that scare me the most. I mean,
for sure.
It's what I definitely hope never happens.
Definitely. All right.
Okay, so
I think that's it.
Yeah, part 1 done.
Yes. If your question didn't get answered, I apologize, but if you really would like it to be answered, you can contact us. You can DM Sarah on Twitter at HeardAT.
Yes, HeardATS.
HeardATS. Or, I'm on Twitter as well. I think it's HannahFaith20. Yeah.
But
also,
let us know.
Most of you who are watching this probably know us, so you can come talk to us, but really, if you have more questions, like, we would love to educate you. Because education is the first step to being more healthy.
Absolutely.
Because most people just don't know. I mean, there's so many myths and misconceptions out there that we...
Absolutely.
So, our job is to take care of people, and part of that is to educate you. Absolutely. So, if you do have any more questions, or your question didn't get answered, you can definitely ask us.
Anytime.
Yep.
So...
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.